Let's just settle into a nice, comfortable seated posture and have your feet flat on the floor, about a hip's width apart, and align your shoulders with your hips. And imagine your spine is a beautiful string of pearls of light stretching from the base all the way up through the crown of the head. So not everybody is going to be sitting that way. Some of you may be lying down. I can't see everyone. So just if you are happening to be lying down, just try and feel the sensation of the surface of the whole of your body on whatever surface you're lying on. You might feel the backs of the legs in the chair and your sits bones in your chair, and align your shoulders with the hips. And imagine your spine is this beautiful string of pearls of light. Again, and put some space in between all of those vertebrae. Go to the crown of the head and relax your scalp. Release any tension there. Relax the forehead, the eyes, the back of the eyes, the nose, the cheeks, the area around the mouth, the back of the tongue, the jaw, the ears, the inner ear, the back of the head. Just allow your shoulders and shoulder blades to drop down and relax the throat and the chest and the belly and all of your limbs. Now become aware of the sensations of the breath, the nostrils as you inhale and exhale. So you may feel some sensation there, then around the chest cavity and the belly. You can just choose one of those areas to focus on. Be aware of any sound in your environment. Just allow those sounds to be there. Try not to follow with the mind, or just have the mind run off and investigate. And then just notice what's going on in your mind this evening. For some of you here, it's morning. For some of you, one of you at least, it's the middle of the night somewhere. For some of you, it's afternoon. Let's see who else is here. Try and put some space in between your thoughts. And just be curious about what you're seeing in your mind and objective. And then bring to mind all the people of your life, those ones you love so dearly, they're so precious, are strangers, and then all of our ones we don't like so much, and just remembering that they're all equal. So I've been doing this thing lately. I don't know if it was in, I think I might have mentioned it to you guys. So I spend quite a bit of time commuting at the moment. So I'm on the freeway a lot. And when I'm usually on the freeway, I'm just seeing cars changing lanes. I don't think about their occupants. Until recently, I was like, oh, there's actually people in those cars. They're driving them. And so all those people in the cars, I mean, I think it can be a bit distracting if you're looking in to somebody else's window or trying to check out who's in their car. So I don't know if I recommend it while you're driving at speed. But take into account that the fact that there are human beings and pets likely in those vehicles, and they all have lives and loves and disappointments and grief and worries and financial things going on, and children and grandchildren. And they're all equal. They're just like you and me. They don't want to they don't want to suffer. They want to be happy, and they all have this extraordinary capacity for Buddha mind. So we think, we'll do this practice this evening for all these people of our life, and by extension, all sentient beings. So we start by thinking that there is no negativity that can't be purified. And this purification process is basically a psychological one. And we create negativity with our mind. So equally, we can change that and create positivity instead. So we start with this power of regret. So regret's not guilt. Regret is kind of taking responsibility. So sincerely regret from the depths of your heart anything you have done to harm any living being on this day, in this life, and in all of our past lives. And think of specific actions of both your body and your speech. And then in general, regret all. And the reason to regret is based on this logic of karma. And we experience everything due to our past karma, our past actions. And having harmed others, we ourselves will necessarily experience suffering in the future. And we cannot bear the thought of any future suffering that we might experience. And we know from our present suffering, we don't want any more. So logically, it makes sense to remove the karmic seeds before they ripen as future suffering for us. So think like this. I regret from the depths of my heart having harmed others with my body and my speech, having broken my vows because I do not want the future suffering. I'm sick of suffering, and also regret any anger, attachment, and the rest that are the cause of why we harm others. And then think again, I'm sick of this suffering. And then think, well, what can I do about it? Whom can I turn to? So here we come to this power of reliance. So we turn to this Buddha, who we see as a doctor, Buddha Vajrasattva, who has the methods that we can use to purify. So we're not looking for a higher power. We're not looking for Buddha Vajrasattva to forgive us. We're trying to use this medicine, these methods, to kind of heal ourselves, to help ourselves. So you imagine Vajrasattva above the crown of your head. You can also imagine this is the mind of your teacher manifesting in this form for your benefit. And he's made of this radiant, blissful white light, sitting cross-legged on a white lotus and a moon cushion. And he has a beautiful, radiant face. His eyes are long. They're shaped like lotus petals. And they're very peaceful and full of love and compassion for you and all those people of your life. And he has this sweet red mouth. His hair is black and held up in a top knot. His arms are crossed at his heart, the left underneath the right. The left is holding a bell representing wisdom, and the right is holding a vajra, which represents the indestructibility of compassion. And their being crossed represents the union of these two. And this symbolizes enlightenment itself, the development of infinite wisdom and infinite compassion. To the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened. By this practice of meditating on Guru Vajrasattva, may I reach Buddhahood so as to benefit all sentient beings. So then we have a little section here about developing compassion. So it's under that section of reliance, that heading of reliance, because we need to rely upon other beings in order to develop compassion. So you need something to work with. So think about people you've harmed and develop a wish for them to be free from suffering. And then think about people who've harmed you and just think specifically for these people, the harm that they've done to you is going to result in suffering for them sometime in the future. So make a strong sort of wish to do this practice to free all these people from suffering. So then we come to this power of remedy, and this is the medicine doing the practice of purification. And we start with the body, and Vajrasattva very compassionately sends powerful white nectar, like coming out of a hose, quite forcefully from his heart. And it arcs around and enters your crown and pours into your entire body, filling you completely. And it keeps pouring into you until it forces out of your lower orifices all the harm you have ever done to any living being with your body in the form of inky liquid. And this pours out of you and disappears into space, not one atom left as we recite the mantra. Vajrasattva samayam manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita Jida meboa, Situkaya meboa, Sipukaya meboa, Anarakta meboa, Sawasidi membeyatsa sawa kama sita me, Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum ha 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 ho Bhagavan, Sawa Tatagata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa, Mahasamaya Sata A Hum Pe, Vajrasattva samayam manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita, Jida meboa, Situkaya meboa, Sipukaya meboa, Anarakta meboa, Sawasidi Mempiyatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me, Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum ha 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 ho Bhagavan, Sawa Tatagata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa, Mahasamaya Sata A Hum Pe, Vajrasattva samayam manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita, Jida meboa, Situkaya meboa, Sipokaya meboa, Anarakta meboa, Sawasidi Mempiyatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me, Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum ha 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 ho Bhagavan, Sawa Tatagata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa, Mahasamaya Sata A Hum Pe, Vajrasattva samayam manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita, Jida meboa, Situkaya meboa, Sipokaya meboa, Anarakta meboa, Sawasidi Mempiyatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me, Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum ha 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 ho Bhagavan, Sawa Tatagata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa, Mahasamaya Sata A Hum Pe, Vajrasattva samayam manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita, Jida meboa, Situkaya meboa, Sipokaya meboa, Anarakta meboa, Sawasidi Mempiyatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me, Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum ha 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 ho Bhagavan, Sawa Tatagata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa, Mahasamaya Sata A Hum Pe, Vajrasattva samayam manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita, Jida meboa, Situkaya meboa, Sipokaya meboa, Anarakta meboa, Sawasidi Mempiyatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me, Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum ha 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 ho Bhagavan, Sawa Tatagata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa, Mahasamaya Sata A Hum Pe, Vajrasattva samayam manupalaya Vajrasattva dina patita, Dida meboa, Situkaya meboa, Sipokaya meboa, Anarakta meboa, Sawasidi Mempiyatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me, Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum ha 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 ho Bhagavan, Sawa Tatagata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa, Mahasamaya Sata A Hum Pe. So be delighted that all the harm you've ever done to any sentient being with your body is now completely purified, and think that there's no way you could do anything but benefit others now with your body. And next is this purification of our speech. And imagine Vajrasattva very happily sends powerful nectar from his heart chakra, and this arcs around and enters your crown quite forcefully. And it fills your entire body, except this time forcing up to the top of your body all the negativity of your speech, and this overflows and disappears into space, not one atom left. So just imagine all the gossip and the harsh speech and the useless speech and lying and all our inappropriate speech, all our careless speech, and talking about people behind their backs and getting other people to agree with you. All of this is purified by this powerful nectar filling you as we recite the mantra again. Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Meboa Situkaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sitame Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata Ah Hum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Jida meboa, situkaya meboa, sipokaya meboa, anarakta meboa, sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam guru hum ha 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 ho bhagawan, sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sata a hum pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya, vajrasattva dina patita, Jida meboa, situkaya meboa, sipokaya meboa, Anarakta meboa, sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam guru hum ha 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 ho bhagawan. Sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sata a hum pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya, vajrasattva dina patita. Jida meboa, situkaya meboa, sipokaya meboa, anarakta meboa, sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam guru hum ha 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 ho bhagawan. Sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sata a hum pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya, vajrasattva dina patita. Jida meboa, situkaya meboa, sipokaya meboa, anarakta meboa, sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagawan. Sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sata a hum pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya, vajrasattva dina patita. Jida meboa, situkaya meboa, sipokaya meboa, anarakta meboa, sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagawan. Sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sata a hum pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya, vajrasattva dina patita. Jida meboa, situkaya meboa, sipokaya meboa, anarakta meboa, sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagawan. Sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sata a hum pe. So feel so delighted that your speech is now completely purified, and imagine it's not possible to do anything other than benefit others now with your speech, including yourself. And next is the purification of our mind. And now imagine Vajrasattva very compassionately, very happily sending powerful beams of light from his heart chakra. And this kind of arcs around and just blasts your own heart chakra. And it's as instant as when you walk into a dark room and flick on a switch, the light comes. So imagine the light that comes instantly dispels all the darkness of the negativity of the mind. So your attachment, your neediness, bitterness, grudges, anxiety, all the worry, depression, jealousy, anger, disappointment, all of this instantly dispelled. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya, vajrasattva dina patita. Jida meboa, situkaya meboa, sipokaya meboa, anarakta meboa, sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagawan. Sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sata a hum pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya, vajrasattva dina patita. Jida meboa, situkaya meboa, sipokaya meboa, anarakta meboa, sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam guru hum ha 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 ho bhagawan. Sawa tata gata vajramami mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sata ahumpe. Vajrasafa samaya manupalaya vajrasafa dina patita. Jida meboa, situkaya meboa, sipokaya meboa, anarakta meboa, sawasidi mimpiyatsa sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagawan. Sawa tata gata vajramami mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sata ahumpe. Vajrasafa samaya manupalaya vajrasafa dina patita. Jida meboa, situkaya meboa, sipokaya meboa, anarakta meboa, sawasidi mimpiyatsa sawa kama sita me. Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagawan sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sata ahum te. Vajrasafa samaya manupalaya vajrasafa dina patita. Dida meboa, sitokaya meboa, sipokaya meboa, anarakta meboa, sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me. Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagawan Sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sata ahumpe. Vajrasafa samaya manupalaya vajrasafa dina patita. Drida meboa, situkaya meboa, sipokaya meboa, anarakta meboa, sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagawan. Sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sata ahumpe. Vajrasafa samaya manupalaya vajrasafa dina patita. Jida meboa, situkaya meboa, sipokaya meboa, anarakta meboa, sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagawan. Sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sata ahum pe. So be delighted that all your delusions, which are the source of all of our own suffering and the cause of why we harm others with our body and our speech, are completely purified. And think now there's no space in your heart for anything other than love and kindness and forgiveness and wisdom and bliss and compassion. So next is the purification of even the imprints of the negativity of our body, speech, and mind. So here we're working at a much subtler level. So think about the nectar flowing down, pushing out all the negativities of the body. The nectar flowing up, pushing out all the negativity of the speech. And then the light coming and blasting all the delusions, the negativities of the mind. And imagine this is all happening at the same time. So here we are eradicating even the subtlest imprint of negative energy from your mind. Vajrasafa samaya manupalaya vajrasafa dina patita. Jida meboa, situkaya meboa, sipokaya meboa, anarakta meboa, sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagawan. Sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sata ahumpe. Vajrasafa samaya manupalaya vajrasafa dina patita. Jida meboa, situkaya meboa, sipokaya meboa, anarakta meboa, sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagawan. Sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sata ahumpe. Vajrasafa samaya manupalaya vajrasafa dina patita. Jida meboa, situkaya meboa, sipokaya meboa, anarakta meboa, sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagawan. Sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sata ahumpe. Vajrasafa samaya manupalaya vajrasafa dina patita. Jida meboa, situkaya meboa, sipokaya meboa, anarakta meboa, sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagawan. Sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sata ahumpe. Vajrasafa samaya manupalaya vajrasafa dina patita. Jida meboa, situkaya meboa, sipokaya meboa, anarakta meboa, sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagawan. Sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sata ahumpe. Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Jida Mebowa Situkaya Mebowa Sipokaya Mebowa Anurakta Mebowa Sawasidi Mimpiyatsa Sawakama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kur Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawatata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sata Ahom Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Jida Mebowa, Situkaya Mebowa, Sipokaya Mebowa, Anurakta Mebowa, Sawasidi Mipiyatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me, Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha Ha Ho Bhagawan, Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Hom Pe. So now feel you're completely purified. There's not one atom of negativity left in your mind stream. So imagine even the subtlest obscurations to your enlightenment have been removed. So now we come to the power of resolve, and this is the fourth and final step in the purification process. And it's a really crucial one. And this is this determination to refrain from harming with our body and our speech and our mind. And so without this, we're just going to keep doing the same old stuff over and over again, according to when our delusions arise. We'll just be run by them. So it's time for us to take the reins and get control over all of that. And we can do it. Sometimes it feels impossible, but we really can. But, we have to have faith in ourselves and an understanding that it's going to take a little bit of time. So we just have to be patient and humble and do one little step at a time. So rejoice in your efforts for coming along. And even if all you managed to do tonight was turn up, that's just fantastic. Anything else beyond that is a bonus. So just rejoice for coming. And then think about something you'd like to work on maybe between now and tomorrow. And imagine Vajrasattva's delighted with us, wants to merge with your mind and melts into white light and absorbs into you through your crown. And think, my teacher's body, speech, and mind, and Vajrasattva's body, speech, and mind, and my own body, speech, and mind are the same. So let's just think a little bit about emptiness. In emptiness, Rinpoche would say, there is no I, the creative negative karma. There is no action of creating negative karma, and there is no negative karma created. So place your mind for a little moment, on that idea, in that space. And this way we can think of all phenomena as being empty. They do not exist from their own side. You can also think that the way things appear to me may not necessarily be the way they actually exist. So let's just dedicate all the merit, all the positive energy you've created doing this practice to all living beings, and think, may all the virtuous karma I've created from doing this practice ripen as my enlightenment for the sake of sentient beings as quickly as possible. So let's just do our chanting the names of Manjushri. With 10, whoa, that's too small. Can you make it a little bigger? Thank you. With tenfold arms, intent on tenfold content, with tenfold strength, pervasive Lord of sages, achieving every aim for every being, endowed with tenfold mastery supreme, beginningless, complexity devoid, by nature pure, reality in essence, unwavering, a speaker of the truth, with speech and actions perfectly aligned. A teacher of the non-dual truth, non-dual, atop reality's most lofty peak, with selflessness, his wild lion's roar, instilling fear in deer-like misled seekers. Okay, everybody, let's have a strong wish for His Holiness the Dalai Lama to live long, for the swift discovery of our precious Lama Zopa Rinpoche, and for all of your own individual teachers, that they may live long, happy, healthy lives. Okay, everyone. Shayla, thank you for hosting. Lots of love, everybody. Good night, good morning, good day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, thank you. Bye, everybody.